all your Roslyn kids out there today, and welcome to Smart Time with Carter. Today we're looking at going from a mixed number to an improper fraction. Let's get started. All right, so I want you to look at these three fractions that are right here. And what I'd like you to do is look at how are they similar and how are they different. I'm really hoping that you notice at the bottom here, the denominator, right? Put a D for denominator, is all the same. They're all 5. That's 5 equal parts, like what Mr. Duick talked about last week, right? Fractions are equal parts of a whole. The next thing you want to do is you want to look at the top up here because that's where things get crazy. So you'll notice here with my very first fraction, it's normal, it's regular, you're used to this, where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. This tells you it's a proper fraction. Proper. It's not better, it's just called proper. Right beside here, when I look over here, you're like, what? What's going on? What's happening? That numerator is bigger than the denominator. It's not bad. It's not bad. We just call it improper fraction. Improper. We're just not used to seeing it that way. And rounding us off is our mixed number. Now, you know it's a mixed number because this wonderful whole number in front. That whole number means full, one whole that's completely shaded in, and then a fraction. So it's called a mixed because it's a whole and a fraction together. Okay, let's practice labeling to start off with. We got this. We got this. Check this first fraction out. How would you classify this? Is it proper, improper, or mixed? In your head, say it. I'm hoping that you said it's proper. You know it's a proper fraction because I have 2 parts shaded. I'm going to count my equal parts. I have 1, 2, 3, and a 4. 2 over 4. My numerator is smaller than my denominator. Therefore, it's proper. How about this one? Whoa, Carter, you're in the way. You got to move me over. Check it out. Now, don't let the picture confuse you. The picture's here for a reason, right? Look at the fraction. Look at the numbers. What do you notice? I'm hoping you see the 5 is bigger than the 4. When the numerator is bigger than the denominator, yo, that's improper, improper. How about our next one? Check out this picture. How about this one? Hoping you said proper again. It's proper. Let's make this fraction. We have 2 parts shaded, and let's count how many equal parts all together that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal parts. 2 over 6 makes it proper. And how about this one? Oh, no, she didn't. I sure did. Notice the pictures are very similar for these 2 types of fractions. We know this one's mixed. How do you know? There's a whole number in front. Remember, that whole number represents one whole piece completely shaded in. Thinking back to that improper one, the pictures for improper and mixed are very similar. Don't let the picture confuse you, my friends. Look at the numbers. Numbers are awesome. Alrighty, how about this one? Oh, no, she didn't. I sure did. This one is a proper fraction. And rounding us off with our last one here is this bad boy here. And it is what? Yeah, it's a mixed number. And I'm hoping you know that's a mixed number because of that whole number and that fraction. Now you're probably wondering, but Mrs. Kata, how do I go between a mixed number and an improper fraction? I gotcha. I gotcha. We're going to look at this. I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to do the arithmetic style as well. So first things first, I'm going to take my denominator that's right here. When you look at that, that's your parts of a whole, and we have 2 whole. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to multiply these 2 together. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to place my 4 up here. Now, to picture this or to visualize this, you got to imagine it's 2 wholes. So I'm going to draw my 2 wholes over here, 1, 2. But remember, even though they're completely shaded in, they're still broken into 2 pieces because that's my denominator. And I'm going to shade them in like this, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So that's what it looks like. So I count up my parts. I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Psh, I know. You're welcome. But that's not all. No, 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 my friends. We still have the fraction left over. We have to account for the fraction. So I take my 4, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to by 1. So 4 plus 1 is That's right, it's 5. Now, it's 5 over 2 because your denominator started as 2, it's got to end as a 2. Don't change the denominator. Let's draw that out. I'm going to draw my next piece here like this. It's broken into 2 equal parts. How many of those parts are shaded? One side, because 1 over 2. Let's count how many pieces we have all together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. What? 5? So even when I draw it, I still get 5 out of 2. Once again, because each whole is broken into 2 equal pieces. What? Try that again? Sure. I gotcha. Let's go. What's our first thing? We're going to take our denominator and we're going to multiply by the whole number. So I'm going to take my 3 like this, and I'm going to multiply. What's 3 times 5? What's 3 times 5? Hoping you say 15, because that's what it is. 3 times 5 is 15. Now you're like, what? I can't remember. Yo, draw it out. How many holes? 5. 5 holes. Let's draw those circles, Carter. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many equal pieces? 3, because that is my denominator. 3. Now, these aren't going to be perfectly equal because I'm not an artist like Miss Koshev. I tried, but I'm not even close. We all know that. Perfect. Because they're 5 whole, that means all of my equal pieces are shaded together like this. Da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun, da-dun, like this. Perfect. Let's count those parts, right? Because you're probably like, I don't believe you, Mrs. Carter. 5 times 3 is not 15. This is ridiculous. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're welcome. But we still have a fraction left over. We still have 1/3. This 1/3 is still left over. So I'm going to take my 15. I'm going to add it to the 1. 15 plus 1 is 16 out of 3. Do not change the denominator. I'm going to draw in my last piece, break it into 3 equal pieces, shade my 1 in. So now when I count them all, I can get my improper fraction. So I'm going to start at the very top again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's what 16 is. And then how many equal parts? 3. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, but how do I go from an improper to a mixed? Right here. Here it is. That's right. Just like going from a mixed fraction to an improper, they're opposites of each other. We started with multiplication. Now we're going to start with division, because division is the opposite of multiplication. So my lovely fraction here, which represents division, as I always talk about in class, we're going to draw it a little bit different. We're going to draw it to do some long division. So I'm going to take my denominator and I'm going to place it in front of the little bracket thing. Can't remember what it's called. Sorry, Mr. Dewick and Miss Cuz. And I'm going to put my 11 here. So what I'm trying to do is figure out if I have 11 pieces, I want to put them into 4 equal groups, like what am I going to have, right? What am I going to have? So 4 goes into 11. So I got to think. 4 plus 4 is 8. Well, 8's less than 11, so that's good. Add 4 more, 12. Ooh, that's too many. So I know 4 goes into 11 at least 2 times, 2 whole. So I put my 2 on top. Once my 2 is on top, I do 2 and I multiply it. 2 times 4 gives me 8. Now I subtract at this point here. And 11 minus 8, I'm really hoping you're saying 3 in your head. This is my remainder. So what this means is I have 2 whole pieces and I had 3 pieces left over out of 4. Do not change the denominator. So now you're probably like, oh, I'm just not feeling the arithmetic today. That's okay, my friends. I gotcha. Let's draw it out. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw one whole like this. I'm going to break into 4 equal pieces. Why? That's my denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count them. So I'm going to put 4. So I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 whole. That's good. We're good to go. But not 11. Got to keep drawing. I'm going to draw one other whole and break it into 4 equal parts. Why? Because that is my denominator. 4 equal parts. So I got 4. I got 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay, now I'm at 8. Is that 11? Nope, not 11. Draw one more. I'm going to draw another one like this. I'm going to break into 4 equal parts. Why? Because that's the denominator. I know. So I was at 8, right? I was at 8. So I go 9, 10, 11. Stop, stop, stop. So if I look at this, I see that I have 2 holes. 2 holes. And I look at my one left over, I have 1, 2, 3, and that's where the 3 out of 4 comes from. Well, have fun with your worksheet. Thanks for stopping in, my friends. Have a sciencey day.